Yeah. There's no pieza?
Saying that water has gone quite far over the edge the other way with just addicts.
These are roommates. These are who are left. Who's left? I believe they are. I'm my own chance. I'm happy about that. For you. Yes, the left. Yeah, and I don't want that to I thought it was so find a way to just different. I didn't say it was hurting me. Well, you know that. Did I complain? I said the tension my face one time, you're gonna lose the class. That's not a complaint. That's telling you what the heck is. Yeah, you know. Free speech. Well, I will like that. Where's your evidence? Stop that. Go complain to KBW. Go complain to K2 that they're not because you use to share information. From whoever sees my stuff. That's right. You know what? You do it. Motherfucker. So fucking much. The fishing guy.
So, welcome to race number 14 here on the South African Academy Online Racing, and it's great to have you on board with us, especially through our stream. So, sorry if your ears were a little bit hurt there. I will turn the volume down, and it's great to have you with us this evening. Yeah, just having a look at the lineup at the moment. 13 drivers on board, so that's going to be exciting for us. And guess where we are? We're in Italy, so it's going to be great to watch this very fast track. And I tell you what, always good to see our regulars back. And yeah, it's been a long January in 2019. A lot of people away, as you can see, going out right now are the McLaren drivers. Good to see Vino for real as well as Tix back. And I'm sure it's going to be exciting to watch these two drivers taking on Milan at the moment. A little bit of a misfit there, but I'm sure it's going to be out. You can see already Sector 2, the yellow has come out already. But I'm sure it's going to be a great one to have a look at this evening. So we've got Judge, he's in the Renault. We've got Dylan, obviously in the Romeo, Alfa Romeo. And then the Sackman in the Mercedes-Benz. We have Springbok Gamer. We have Thomas back. We have Blixen P. Great to have him on board. Pete Bullis, who's been away for a little while, but nice to see him back in the driver's seat. And then we've got Lucas. He's back. We've got Weza. He's back. Gavin, nice to have you back with us as well as David. So really, all good and well. Weza still missing. Was he still missing? But we hope that we'll be seeing him very soon from Force India. And then Steph, not with us this evening. And obviously another Force India driver. So 13 on the grid this evening. So we're going to be watching some great driving here on the South African Academy Online Racing. And as I mentioned, great to have the guys on board. So we are in quali number 1. And as we know, here on the South African Academy Online Racing, we have 3 qualification sessions. Then we go into a 50% race. And I tell you what, it's going to be all down to these gentlemen driving as fast as they can, maintaining those lines and also ensuring that there's no damage coming to those cars. Here on this league, as you all know, it is a non-assist league, therefore the driving has to be done. And I tell you what, hats off to these gentlemen. They do an exceptional job of driving quality drives around these tracks. So it's Formula 1 2019 here on the South African Academy Online Racing. And I tell you what, some of the times coming up already thick and fast, and nicely done by it looks like Devet. And Devet has put on a great time of 1 minute 21.761 seconds, and followed by Vino for real at a 1:22. So great drive from him. Tix slaps in a 1 minute 20.950. So great driving in the first quali session. It will be a strategic matter to see what they need to be putting out on the car from a tire perspective, and then obviously trying to get the most out of what they can. So they'll be in with the technical team making those adjustments until we get down to quali number 3. So we'll be watching them very, very closely to see what sort of setups. And you can see the times are very, very close this evening. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'll be taking you through some of the drivers, giving you a possibility to see how they're handling on the track. And obviously that will be... We're on board with Dylan at the moment, coming through that first nice S right at the end of the straight from start finish, and then seeing how he pumps his way through these right-handers, then into a very deep left-hand at the moment. He's going to be doing himself some justice to make sure that he gets up into the top 10. That's the objective here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So on with Sackman at the moment. Yeah, he's got the super softs on. 2 laps down at the moment. And yep, it looks as though he's putting in a 1 minute 22:05. Oh, it seems as though somebody's off in sector 2 at the moment. 9 minutes, just over 9 minutes and a couple of seconds to go in this first qualification round. So as I said, mentioned they'll be looking at what they can do to make these cars go exceptionally quick. It is Monza in Italy. I tell you what, the weather condition looks absolutely marvelous for this particular race. So let's have a look and see some more. Nicely done there. You can see Vino Varil doing a much better time. Oh, a little bit off there, unfortunately, from the Sackman. But the car is still drivable, so he's going to get back into the pit lane. Looks as though he has damaged that front wing somewhat. So he'll have to just take it easy to get back to the pits and then obviously see where he can put himself in the position. Remember, top 10 go through in this particular round. You can see, nice to see the guys from Ferrari back driving together. That's Lucas as well as Gav Pig. So nice to have Gav back from his European overseas trip. Nice to have him back in the seat of the Ferrari. So all in all, it looks as though we have 2 drivers that have got the soft options. That's the yellow branded tires, and I'm sure they'll be looking to see what sort of difference they can do this evening and bring it all in. Just a split moment there. We saw the Sackman going in, and that was obviously just to take care of business as he came out of that one corner, and the front nose cone would need to be replaced, and then he'll be out. They're taking it into the pits right now, sort out of things. I'm sure he'll be making some adjustments and then getting back onto the track, guys. So, yep, as I mentioned, we'll be watching that. Blix MP, we haven't seen him for a while, and it's great to have him back. Obviously representing the guys from Gran Turismo South Africa, so that's his club, he drives for them. So yep, heads up there, all you guys that are out watching this. Great to see Blix MP back, all well, as I said this evening. So yeah, enjoy the race. Thank you, Mr. LaRue. Nice to have you back on board this week. And as you can see, a lot more contenders up for racing this weekend. We're still missing you. Hopefully you can come back and do some driving as well. It would be absolutely fantastic to have you on board this evening. So in session 1, Tick still holding that position. Nicely done there at a 1 minute 20. I think just relaxing now. And he's done it in 2 laps on the Super Soft. So I think that was amazing. We're on board with Gav Pig at the moment. As I mentioned, Gav was away doing on business. So great to see him back in the driver's seat. And I'm sure he's going to be looking to try and put up a fantastic time and obviously make that top 10. So we'll be watching very carefully now on where he's going to put himself into this current flying lap that he's doing. Remember, qualification number 1 at the moment. We have 3 qualification sessions, then a 50% race. So lots of rivalry between the guys to make sure they make that top 10 positions. That means they will continue on to the second round of qualification. And I mean, this is what it's all about. It's about racing. Somebody off there, obviously in sector 2, I think it is. We had a McLaren off. So, yep, there it is, confirmed. And hopefully that guy gets back on safely. I'm not too sure which McLaren it was, but I'm sure they'll be looking to put themselves in a position. I think it might have been Vino for real, but I'm sure he's going to be back on track. If there's any damage, he needs to sort that out as soon as possible. Yeah, some of the guys not with us this evening. I see TNB Foss, I see you watching the race, so thank you for doing that. Always great to have you watching with us and supporting the South African Academy Online Racing. Always great to have you on board, so great stuff there. Dylan, thank you. Obviously, Sean Sack, thanks for being with us. That's the Sack man himself. Very nicely done and doing some laps there. So if you are leaving some comments, nice to have you with us at the moment. Now, something should be said about Springbok Gamer now. He's pushed himself up into 2nd position. A very nice time from him at 1 minute 21.343 seconds. Very nicely done. Nice to see what he's doing there. Looks like Gav Pigs managed to get himself up into 5th place with a 1:21.666. And that he did in 3 laps. So great to see him back in that seat as well. Here on board with the Sackman now. And obviously we'll be pretty keen to see if he can push his way up that list. You can see he's also on the Super Softs. Oh, he's a little bit off, but not too much serious damage there. Keeping it real, and I'm sure that he'll be eager to get a official time better than that 21.986. So around about 1 minute to go. I see he's parked the car quite astutely there, not in the way, and very much out of the way of the other drivers. So here we go. Here's Dylan. He's put on a nice time there as well at 1 minute 22.364 seconds. Exceptional time at the moment. In the top 7. Remember, it's all about the top 10 positions to qualify for quali number 2. And I'm sure he'll be looking nicely done, well handled, managed to not crash it there. But around about 21 seconds to go. So, yeah, hopefully he can limp back to the pits there and make sure that he puts that car into repair for the second qualification round. Looks as though Lucas has probably made it through now. And very nice to see him driving at this point in time. So just waiting for the guys to retire, which they've now done, just taking you through the qualification 1 here at the Italian Grand Prix. And I tell you what, it's going to be something to see. There we go, McLaren team on top there for that 1 minute 20.950 seconds. What a smashing lap that was. Springbok Gamer coming in at a 1:21.343. And then Devet, nicely done from his side at a 21.568. So he's in the Red Bull Toro Rosso Honda unit, and very nicely done. And then, as you saw there, Vino for real, he comes in smartly there. So nicely done from them. So we're going to move on now to quali number 2. You can see 13 drivers still in this race. And then, as I said, quali number 1 will break it down to the first 10 drivers. So there is basically 3 positions available for the 13 drivers from number 1 to number 13 in order to ensure they get that opportunity to qualify for the driving themselves. So we'll be watching very carefully to where they are. This man, Mr. Gav Pig, hasn't been racing for a while, so I'm sure he's itching to make an impression this evening in that red Ferrari. And I think this is one of his favorite tracks as well, so I'm sure he's going to be looking at an opportunity to make sure he does an exceptional drive to get into that top 10. So we'll be watching out very carefully. This gentleman, Lucas, also hasn't been with us for a while. Also a Ferrari driver at the moment. His teammate, both of them unavailable for the last couple of weeks. So this is week number 3 of 2019. We're in race number 14 here on the Esports Series for the South African Academy Online Racing. But it's fantastic to have them on board. And what an opportunity to watch these guys drive this track, warming up the tires. As you can see, it's an outer lap, so he'll be looking to make sure those tires are nice and warm for this evening's event, and then go to qualify in the top 10, because that's where they need to be, in the top 10 for this evening. So we'll be watching very carefully to see what's going on. Nice to have Weza back. He's been also pretty much involved. Last week he was working, and I mean, these guys obviously do try to spend a lot of time getting themselves into a place where they can be competitive, but sometimes work and duty calls. So yeah, it means you have to spend a little bit longer hours trying to get the times down to where they want to be. And yeah, we always support the guys Red Bull at the moment, and I'm sure, as you can see as well, Weza warming up those tires to see if he can put himself in a superior position as well. So that's great value coming out there. As we go on board, up to 7th, full down on the throttle, and then brings it back. Wow, Pete Ballas in the Haas puts on an amazing time, as well as Dylan at the moment. Nice time from him, bringing it down to 1 minute 22. Nice Sackman, also very close racing from these three drivers. So it's going to be quite a race between these guys. Gav Pig slaps in a 1 minute 21.637. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Nice to have Gav Pig back. And one of the reasons why, obviously making sure that he is a primary contender for this evening's event. So round about 8 minutes left in this particular event, and there you go, Springbok Gamer coming up at 21.716, so 1 minute 21.715. All good, and you can see there Weza nicely done, as well as Devet nicely done as well. And you can see he's just pushed up into third position there. 1 minute 21.729. That's Devet. Nicely done. Springbok Gamer comes back with a big one. A really big one. Nicely done. So really nothing in it this evening. Ooh, that he's gone off there. Hopefully not too much damage done. Can he drive? Yes, he can. Just watching back on the camera there, just to make sure. Yes, I think going too quick there. But Springbok Gamer obviously making sure that he was in the correct line. And I think very well done and very well driven from his side. Nicely done. Kept himself abreast there. I think it was Tix, in actual fact, that came flying past on that particular lap and lost it a little bit. But I'm sure he's going to be wanting to put in a great time as well to make that top 10. Blixen P currently holding that position at number 10, so he will most likely go through, because it is the top 10 drivers that go through to quali number 3, which will determine the grid position of where they actually stand. So nicely done there by there. Another driver off in sector 2. Let's have a look who that possibly could have been, but going through I don't see at the moment. So yeah, the guys coming in and pushing on that time, securing that top 10 position, getting a bit tongue-tied there. But yep, that's the objective, is to make sure they stick in the top 10. So great driving this evening. And wow, nicely done by the sack man. Pushes in to 4th position at a 1 minute 21.750. So great time from him. He's pushed his way up the list, still holding Blixen P that 10th position. So very nicely done. Pete Bullis in the Haas as well. A very nice time from him at a 1 minute 22.782. So great to see that drive as well. Oh, looks as though a car out at the moment. However, I don't think that will affect them. They'll get that car ready and back in shape. He's moved down now into that quali. So he's going to be in 10th spot there if they can do something about that time. Unfortunately, out there, it looks as though Sackman has dropped down for some odd reason down to 10th position. So I think that's because he's out of the race this evening for the quali session number 2. Marius, thank you very much. Always great to have you as well on board. So a special mention for Marius there from SAAOLR, and also supporting his teammates that are here this evening, Dylan being one of them. Great to have you supporting us. So big thumbs up for you there, my good man. Thank you for joining us. Remember, we do have a number of leagues running, and you can contact us via this stream if you are interested in various events of online racing. It is all possible, and if you are South African based, even better for you, because we have the ability to put you in contact with the right people. If you're looking for a full assists F1 Grand Prix challenge, that is happening with Turbo and Bullets on a Friday night, and you can get hold of David, or you can visit our website and we will put you in contact with David. There is a link on our website, and you can actually just follow that and it will bring you to the right particular spot. If you're looking for project cars too, we have a league happening and starting up there, and I tell you what an exciting season it's going to be for SAAOLR this time around. I think Dylan's got some really special cars lined up for that events that they're going to be having in this year, so make sure that if you are interested in driving the simulation racing that we do have and that we can provide, what you need to do is just get hold of us, and we'll put you in to the respective parties who can help you there. So let's have a look. A quick change in position for all at the moment. Nice to see that Judge is now in 9th position, so he has an opportunity to make a difference this evening, and great to see that happening right now. You can see all of the cars being put back into the pits. They'll probably be going out. It's 1 minute and 41 seconds, and then it is all about who is going into quali number 3, and I'm sure that's going to be a challenge for some at this point in time. So as you can see, Springbok Gamer right on top of the pile at this point in time. Gav Pig, followed by David, then Vino for real. A constant fourth position there. So this could be all down and exciting for this particular round. It is quali number, so we take the top 9. So if they made the top 9, they're going to be in for the opportunity to make the pole position. So we've got Vino, we've got Tix, we've got Dylan, Springbok Gamer, we've got Lucas, we've got TNB Weza, we've got Gav Pig, we have TNB David, and obviously Pete Ballas. These are the top 9 drivers going for that pole position. They got 11 minutes and 30 odd seconds to do it, and here is that opportunity all out and about. So guys, let's see who can do the pole position for this evening. So on board with Tix at the moment to see where he's coming up, and I tell you what, he's pushing it as well and as hard as he can at the moment. Obviously his teammate also on an outer lap, so it will be great to see where Tix comes out. You can see he's pushing as much as he can because he knows he's got stiff competition when it comes to this evening's event here at the Italian Grand Prix. So we'll be watching right now to see where he's coming to be. Gav Pig, what a time he's just put on, a 1 minute 19.964. Tix puts on a 1 minute 21.937, and yep, it's all down to now who can top those scores. So really exciting stuff. Let's see, can Springbok Gamer push his way back to the top of this pole position, or is Gav Pig going to be taking the overall position of being the holder of pole this evening? We also mustn't forget we have Weza as well as David, and I tell you what, nice drive coming into this race, hasn't raced for a while, is Pete Ballas. So I'm sure we're going to be watching some exciting stuff from these gentlemen as well this evening. So keep our eyes peeled, and hopefully we can see some great results from these drivers this evening. So on board with Springbok Gamer, let's see what he can push out. Can he push his way back to the top of the log? And let's see if he's able to do so this evening here at the Italian Grand Prix. Here we are on board with David, and I'm sure David is going to show us how it's doing. So let's stay on board with David and see what he can do and what he can push in for this evening's event. Here we're on board with David, and I'm sure David is going to show us how it is all done. And I'll tell you what, he's had quite a lovely smooth drive through this track. Let's see if he can push that time to take pole position. Unfortunately, down in 5th position still, so some work to be done. He still has one more chance to see if he can push it up and get himself into that top position, in pole position this evening here at the Italian Grand Prix. So let's stay on board with him at the moment and see if he's able to do that. Also, Springbok Gamer looking for an opportunity to come back and see if he can push his way up through the field as well. Hard lines there, Dylan. As he was coming through that corner, lost it severely, and the front end of the car is out, but still qualified in 8th position on the grid. So currently he will start off in that 8th position. Here we are right now on with Gavin Pigg, who is going to be the pole position holder for this evening's event if there is no other change at the moment. And we've got approximately 2 minutes and 25 seconds down to the countdown at the moment. So we'll have a look and an opportunity to see who takes the main pole position. Nicely done, my Tix. He's now second on the grid. Vino for real. Very nicely done from his side. Pushes in that 1 minute 20.898 seconds. Fantastic drive from him this evening. Is this where the McLarens now come back and push themselves up? Number 1 up the constructors, and number 2 put themselves on the podium for this evening. So it's all eyes peeled. As you can see, a great times from that qualification session. 13 guys in, and I tell you what an opportunity it's going to be this evening to watch these guys drive. So pole is Gav Pig, then Tix. Vino for real, consistent through his driving there. Very nicely done. TNB Weza in 4th position. TNB Devet. Nicely done from you, sir. And then Springbok Gamer. And then Lucas, and then Dylan in 8th spot there. So there is your top 8 for this evening's event here at the Italian Grand Prix. And that is the 3rd quali, all taking place here in Monza. So nice to see 14 drivers in. I see Devon managed to make it back, so great to have you on board at the moment. So 14 drivers, what an event this is going to be this evening. Doing the formation lap as procedure has it around Monza, so lots of excitement going to be taking place. Great to see so many drivers back from all of their rests and here this evening on the South African Academy Online Racing. A great achievement to have 14 drivers on the grid this evening. So I'm pretty excited to watch this, and I'm sure you are excited with me. So let's see what these drivers can do. There's lots of tricky turns and lots of fantastic fast sweeping bends, And wow, some amazing straights for the guys to do their business here this evening. So we'll be watching with anticipation of who's going to be taking the overall position of number 1 here at the Italian Grand Prix. So as they line up at the moment, you can see all the drivers are going to be lining up, and it's going to be an A-for-away event this evening. So let's see who is going to dominate here in Italy this evening. So just having a look at the grid, you can see it is a Ferrari, 2 McLarens. It is then and here we go, an A-for-away race off the starting grid, and we're going to watch them pull away at the moment. There we go. So there it is, and they're away. You can see at the moment Ferrari taking it in, closely set up by the McLarens. The McLarens trying to squeeze in through. Can he do it on the first corner? No incidents at the moment in the top 3, so great driving from them at the moment. It looks as though Springbok Gamer has had a slight incident, but he's still on track. Let's push our way back down the grid now just to see where they all are, and it looks as though there was a slight bump there. Unfortunately, you can